Getting her done. One. Are we live?
Yep.
Welcome to the Prospectors Radio Show, the talk show for our community. Please welcome Rich Cooley, Indiana Gold Hunter Dennis Dayton,
Scott Swiftwater, Tony, Rob White Gold, Jared Wheeler, and your host, Tim Grimes. We hope you enjoyed tonight's show. Getting
Hello,
better.
everybody.
Terrible.
It's not terrible. It's getting better. You hardly even notice now.
Yeah, right.
What's going on, guys?
Not much.
It's
Fantastic spring day.
Picking a lot of big mushrooms. and
Oh,
eating
you're-
a lot of cream.
Have you been mushroom hunting?
Yes.
Have you scored?
I've got them this year, big as this pop bottle.
Oh, come on. Seriously?
Yeah.
For real?
You want me to show you?
Yeah, I'd love to see one.
Hang on a second.
Want me to show you? Well, yeah, of course.
Hang on a second. I'll go get it.
Okay, Roger. Like show and tell, man. Yeah, definitely.
I will. Hang on.
I've been hearing a lot about these giant morels this year. Must be because
Yep,
of the.
it's
It's probably because of global warming. Yeah,
Gotta be.
or the eclipse. Maybe the eclipse.
People around here said they're finding them pretty good, but I haven't been out.
You haven't been out yet, Rich?
No,
Dang.
fighting colds and going to meat raffles.
Well, that's a winner anyway. That's as good as finding
Yeah.
a morel.
Gotta hit the meat raffles, man.
Yeah, I hit one Friday night and then one today. Did pretty good.
Winner. Rich is always a winner.
A lot of chicken and snack sticks, bologna and stuff today.
Chicken.
Friday night was a bunch of mixture stuff.
All right.
All right.
Here we go. Turn the camera around here.
Dang.
Wait a minute.
All right.
Oh. Let me get this one out of here.
Holy moly. That looks like some freaking nature, man.
It's like I said, it was big as my pop bottle. I got pictures of it. I'll post pictures on the site.
I have never seen them.
But my hand.
That's big as your hand, yeah. I've never
It's
seen them.
bigger than my hand.
Jeez Louise.
That's how you found him, Tim. You couldn't miss him.
Right? You tripped over it.
Yeah, that's right here. That's only 3 mushrooms soaking, and it's filled this
Wow.
whole bowl.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Guess the conditions were just right for them to grow that big this year, huh?
I'm telling
Oh, I-
you, man, it's every time we have a mild winter, it doesn't
Uh-huh.
get very cold. We have a mild winter, and then we get lots of rain. The mushrooms are absolutely amazing. If we have a really cold, freezing, snowy winter, we get mushrooms, but they're, they're not as big. This year, oh my gosh, that's the biggest mushroom I've ever found so far.
That's the biggest one I've ever seen.
I had 2 mushrooms that weighed 1.3 pounds.
Wow.
Wow, somebody's selling them and finding them that big. Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
Payday. Can you say payday? Dang.
All right, I gotta go put
Pound.
back in the fridge. I'll be right
All
back.
right. Yeah, that's awesome. Wow, those are huge, ain't they, Scott?
Yeah, it's pretty good size. Not huge, but it's good size.
I've never seen a morel that big. Oh, they're usually about big.
There's another picture floating around on Facebook that was also in Indiana, but their mushroom was as big as a 2-liter bottle.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I think I've seen that one.
That's crazy. Well, you shouldn't be hard to find them then this year if they're all growing that big. Be able to drive down the road and see them. Yeah. Wow. That's just a big mushroom. Now, did a big ones taste as good as the
Easy to
small
find.
one?
If you wear polarized glasses, they help you see them a little bit better too.
When they're that big, you could be Stevie Wonder and see them.
Yeah, I know, right?
They're huge.
Actually, I was walking on on one side of the creek, and I was and the creek wasn't maybe 3 foot wide, if that, just a little stream, stream, creek, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
And excuse me, I was looking, I thought, man, that looks like a mushroom. And it's about 30 yards away. So I crossed the creek. Of course, it only being 3 foot, I still went in the water.
Right.
And I got over there, and that was one of the 2 that I found. Well, I've got 3 in there now soaking. And it was a nice size. So I thought, man, there's got to be more around here.
Right.
As soon as I turned around and looked, and I saw it was laying down, and it was still white. The yellow hasn't it hadn't turned yellow yet, so it was fresh, and it was so big, the stem had collapsed and it fell sideways. But I went, oh my gosh, what a mushroom!
That's crazy.
Oh, I was like doing a gold dance.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
You know, two things that you can dance for is when you find nice gold or nugget and mushrooms.
Did you say, look at that?
I bet you did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
I guarantee you did. You have to. See, Jesus, that thing.
They have been finding a lot of them, though.
Well, like Dennis said, it was a mild winter, and we've gotten a ton of rain.
But they're tearing the mushrooms up around here. They're finding lots of big ones. Lots.
Wow. See some.
Yeah, they're good. And they're just now coming. So,
right.
I'm gonna go. My next day's off is Wednesday, Thursday. So I'm gonna go back out Wednesday, and I should run into a better mess of them.
That's crazy. Yeah. Jeez. See if you can find one bigger than those. That's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Huge mushrooms. Now, do the big ones taste as good as the small ones, or?
Oh,
yeah.
Or is there...
big ones are more meaty. Oh my gosh.
Are they anywhere in areas where laurel and stuff is?
Hey, what?
Like where laurel is?
Mm-hmm.
Buck laurel, all that.
Yep.
I never.
Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio should have them right now in any woods.
Yeah. Right? There should be.
Well, Illinois is a little bit further north, Ohio. So I would say in about another week. I mean, right now they're probably finding grays and blacks in Ohio, maybe the occasional yellow. But yeah, I mean, Ohio is far behind us.
Right. That's just nuts. That's a big mushroom. Wow.
And we normally we usually don't start finding the yellows until like the last week of April, first week of May. But because we have a mild winter and we've been having a lot of warm days and nights, they're definitely coming up early. And we get a lot of good rain.
Well, almost in the last week of April.
Yeah, we've had plenty of rain, so that definitely is going to help.
And I'm gonna actually, after the show, I'm gonna be eating my first batch of mushrooms. I've been soaking for 2 days. I'm gonna rinse them off, bread them, and fry them.
Ooh. Dang, sorry. You gonna eat them during Jaren's watch party? Or after party or whatever it is?
Yep.
Mushrooms at the after party.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, very cool. Well, good job, man. Let us know next week how you did.
After party.
How you score.
I'll post pictures on the site.
Cool.
On GPS.
Heck yeah, that's a treasure, man. That is definitely a treasure, in my opinion. Those are huge. Huge. Without a doubt. That is a score all day long.
Uh-huh.
Heck yeah. If anybody else is finding any we'd like to see them, post them.
You ain't finding none here.
None there, Scott?
No.
No, their season's over.
Do you even have a season, Scott, for mushrooms?
Not that I know of.
No.
Yeah, they do.
I ain't never heard nobody in Arizona finding mushrooms.
They're called baby cactus.
Yeah.
That what they are?
It have to be.
Yeah, I wouldn't think mushrooms would grow in the desert.
Yeah, I would think they would farther up north, but I still don't hear about anybody in Arizona finding mushrooms.
Huh. Very interesting.
And I've been here for a long time, so.
Right. and no mushrooms.
No.
See, that's when you need to plan trips back home around this time of year.
Right.
You get you a big old sack of them and take them back with you. Right?
It wouldn't make it that far.
You wouldn't?
No, heck no.
Oh, you can't try them out.
I guess
Yeah.
good, but they wouldn't taste. They wouldn't taste the same.
Huh. Okay.
I mean, they taste okay after you freeze them and stuff, but ain't nothing like a fresh morel
Oh, of
mushroom.
course not. Nothing like when it's fresh. That's when everything's always the best when it's fresh.
I can't wait to get some more of those chicken of the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, them should be everywhere too, then, shouldn't they, Dan?
They come up, chicken of the woods come up after the morels. And
Okay.
man, we get tons of them.
Okay. Well,
I had some big ones last year.
I don't know how to cook them. All right, I pick them and cook them.
How do
I
you
think they
cook
take
them?
a little more moisture than regular morels. You got to have a little bit more humid.
I think, Rich, how do you, those mushrooms, the chicken of the woods, is there certain parts of that mushroom you're supposed to cut off and not eat?
I don't know. I do the whole thing.
so we'll take that.
I ain't dead yet.
Yeah, he's still here. He's just got a few issues.
I have
Oh,
one as
Rich.
big as a Walmart grocery bag.
Yeah, they get the size of a
It filled the
frisbee.
whole grocery bag.
Wow.
And I cleaned it off, sliced it down, and then
I
blanched
could
it in hot water
I
and
could take,
let the dirt and leaves come out of it.
I could take it to a spot where I always see them. I just leave them. I just, you know what I mean? I just don't know enough about them.
Oh, I love them.
But I've heard that you can eat them and they're good.
Well, you got to boil them. I mean, blanch them. You don't want to cook them too long because you make them tough. But you want to get all the leaves and debris and stuff out of them because when it forms together, the leaves get down in there. And when you get that hot water, then the leaves start coming out of them. You can look at them and tell there ain't nothing there. But once you put them in the hot water, you can see the leaves and the dirt and stuff just start coming out of them.
Wow.
Then you fry it, Rich?
Yeah, then I let them cool down and then slice them, and then I vacuum seal some of them, and the other ones I'll fry or.
Wow.
And you like them?
Slice them on steaks. Yep, put them on the steaks. Put them in the air fryer.
Ah. Okay.
Oh yeah, they're good.
That's cool.
Well, you get big hunks. I mean, when you're slicing them 1/4 inch thick, and you get a nice big mushroom.
It's too much.
I don't know. They're good.
Like I said, I don't even like mushrooms. I'll eat morels. That's about it.
That's
Yeah,
mushroom.
I haven't had morels in a good while.
That's the only one I'll eat.
There's a few people I work with. They're exactly the same way. They never liked mushrooms, but they tried morels.
Yeah.
And they love the morel mushrooms. They
Yep.
won't eat any other mushroom but a sponge.
Nope. But morels I'll eat. They are good. I couldn't believe it when I had them. I was like, holy cow. We should have found more of these.
Oh yeah.
Now, do you blanch them at all, or you just you soak them? You said
I just soak mine, and
what,
I don't
water,
soak them in salt water, just regular water. And after a couple of days, I rinse them off and batter them. Flour, salt. Actually, the best batter, believe it or not, is and I can't remember the name of it. It's a fish batter.
Mm-hmm.
Batter them in that. Otherwise, you just put them in flour, salt, and pepper, and fry them up till they're golden brown. But there's a fish batter they make. I can't remember the name of it. I get it at 7K Farms. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Huh.
Does it have a little spice to it? A little zing to it?
The fish batter, yeah.
Yeah, I think
not Old Bay, is it?
No,
not Old Bay.
Let me hold on. Let me get
Google
it.
it.
Right back.
Could be Zatarans.
Rich Wright's got it in his cabinet. What do you think it is, Scott?
Said could be Zatarans.
Don't they make rice?
No, they make
Yeah.
seasonings, Cajun seasoning.
So they make Cajun rice too, Zatarans.
Yes.
They might. I don't know.
Yeah, they do. Even Jaron said, yeah, I've had it.
I like that Cajun rice. That's where rice is from.
Zatarans, they make it. Yeah. It's Zatarans. Taste of New Orleans.
You can't make rice. You kind of got to grow it. But
it's in a box. It's like rice and rum. It's Zatarans. I think it's not so much the rice as the seasoning.
Yeah.
Well, they make mixes like jambalaya mix and etouffee mix, all that stuff. But
because rice is rice. I mean, rice.
Well, there's rice in it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's all about what you put in said rice. Yeah.
But they grow rice. They grow rice down in Louisiana anyway. So.
Because it's so wet, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think we should start growing it here in Ohio.
I don't have any of it. All I have right now is the seafood beer batter.
Seafood beer batter would probably work.
Yeah, it works pretty good.
That would probably work on
Use
them.
that on fish.
Hey, guys, I'll be right back on.
Okay. Anything that would make it crispy, I think would.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Very cool. So
You're putting them in oil anyway. So
right, they're going in hot grease.
And the reason why you soak them, you're supposed to soak them in salt water, and the reason why is it's to drive all the bugs out of them.
Ah, well, I would think the grease would drive the bugs out of the hot grease. Right?
You know, not if they're fried right in the mix.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. They're not going to be alive, though.
Yeah.
Well, then all we did when we got them, we just rinsed them off really good, battered them suckers, and threw them in hot grease. It would pick them and eat them. Yeah.
Crispy critters.
Yeah. So if there was any little bugs in there, they got deep fried too. Gave it.
They didn't get out. They got.
Gave them a little extra.
Had a little crunch
Give
in
a
it.
little extra something to it.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, a little extra flavor.
You ain't ever gonna know. They're so little.
No.
Right?
Nope.
Just saying. Just
say hello to our viewers tonight. We got Ray was the first one in there, John Hunt, David Alfonsetti, Charles Hansen, Gold Pro Unlimited Jeff, Ken, Terry Curry, our buddy Nick, and then Indiana Gold Getter Scotty and Randy Lewis are about the ones I've seen so far talking.
Well, howdy, fellas, and thanks for coming and hanging out.
How you doing?
That's right. What's happening? I was going to ask you. Oh, I was going to ask Jaron. How'd the watch party go?
That's pretty good.
Now, did they do on Dave Turin's thing? Was that the one with Bill from Carolina Prospectors?
Yes, it was.
And how was it?
That's pretty good. They went to North Carolina and South Carolina. In that little gold belt. We're finding pretty decent gold. Not bad.
Oh yeah, Bill always said he knew some good spots. So if they went some of Bill's spots, then yeah, probably. But it was good.
Yeah, he showed a big old nugget. Can't remember what it was. 6 or 9 ounces or something.
Wow.
Oh. Yeah. Is that the one he showed at the gold show?
What's that?
It said it was down in South Carolina.
Yeah, it was in Bill's shop.
Oh.
Yeah. Ain't that the one he showed us at the gold show?
I was going to say, did they find it in the Carolinas?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said it came from
It did.
30 minutes or 30 miles or something away.
That ain't very far either way you look at it.
Nope, it's not. But what was they running, Jaron? What kind of equipment?
There was running mostly sluices, I think, a high banker. I think they were dredging. I don't remember.
Okay. And it was
Rob.
One of the guys had this little contraption he built out of a 5-gallon bucket, sluice box, and like a chicken frying basket, and using a pump to make it like into a high banker.
chicken frying basket.
Chicken frying basket.
Well, I guess you got to have a
classifier.
Whatever works.
Classifier.
Whatever works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it looked like to me. I mean, like one of those Fry Daddy baskets.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the
Interesting.
It
It was pretty good though.
yeah, the episode was good.
Yeah, Jeff says that that nugget was found just a few months before they filmed that show. So.
Oh, I thought that's when Bill showed us at the Gold Show.
And then David Alfonsetti says pan, sluice, high banker, and shovel.
Pan, sluice, high banker, shovel. Okay. Well, cool. I'm glad he went down.
I didn't get to see it.
I ain't seen none of them yet.
I think that was the night I got on there too late.
Dennis was in there, and I really wanted to get his opinion on it.
On what?
On the show, but he bounced out. So.
Oh, okay.
It just seems like they're inflating prices too.
What do you mean?
Like they find $10, what we would estimate $10, they're saying 25, 30, you know.
Oh, in that way.
Well, you got to remember gold went up $400 too. So
yeah, but
well, this was filmed before that happened.
yeah. Oh, interesting. Okay, did you watch Whitewater?
Yes, we did.
And
they are back to the big ass rock, I think they call it.
Big ass
yes.
rock.
Big ass boulder, whatever.
Big ass boulder. And
they're back there.
Are
try to clean it out this time.
The big ass boulder?
No, not so much this time. They're trying to find the bottom of the river. They're trying to chase that V this time rather than messing with that. But eventually, I'm sure they're going to run right into it.
Right.
Trying to find a channel or something.
Okay.
Yeah, the bottom of the rock, the bedrock.
Because they're finding a lot of hardpack.
Okay. And what about
they brought out the hot seat to try to help break some of that hardpack up, but it just seemed like the guy was going a little too slow to what's his name's likings during this one scene.
And
he's like, well, they're getting close to the end of the season too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the weather.
There's always one crap talker in the darn show anyway.
Yeah. Well, you know, you're racing against the weather, so it's like let's.
You can only break it up as fast as it'll break up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like it's your fault if it's not breaking up quick, right?
Yeah.
So you can't blame nobody for that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think.
It's taken that long to break up. You know, it's never been broke up before.
Right.
So,
you know, it's real hard back.
Mm-hmm. But that pressure washer they introduced into it, it took it apart like it was nothing. So, if they wouldn't have had that plan, then they would have been pretty screwed just sitting there chipping away at it forever trying to break it up.
Oh, so I got you. Okay. So how was the gold they found? Did they find any?
They haven't really got anywhere yet.
Oh, okay.
Well, they found the big nugget.
I mean this week.
No, yeah, not this week.
Well, no. They were just setting up.
Okay, because I started watching
location.
Yeah, I seen something where they wrecked the airboats were both wrecked. That was about as far as I made it. I fell asleep.
Yeah, that was in the beginning. They had to helicopter pick up their dredge and then take it to the boats locations and dredge them out so they could get them out.
Did they get them out?
Yeah, one of them, the engine took on water, and then the other one didn't. So they was using the one that didn't take on water. So the other one's kind of out of commission in that episode.
I wonder how much that helicopter ride cost.
Yeah.
Good $5,000 at least.
Wow.
Well, I heard it was like $4,000 one way or something, you know. So I don't know.
Wow. That's crazy. That is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That is, man. Holy.
I forgot to say hi to Lee Anderson, and then Brian Wilder just jumped in the chat.
How dare you forget to say hi to them?
They'll be down
Well, I
here.
was reading off the YouTube page, and Lee's never really over there.
How dare you, Darren? Get them. Can't believe you didn't say hi to them.
Well, I did. It was just late. I
It
found
was delayed. It was a delayed hello. That's all it was. Right? They understand, Jaron. Trust me. They're both good guys. This Brian should be on his way home then, ain't he? Or is he home?
Not yet, I don't think.
Well, they're off the ice.
Off
That's
the ice.
as much as I know.
Right? So he should be heading back to his homeland.
I'm sure we was talking about this. They probably got other stuff to film,
Oh,
cleanups, docking
yeah.
the boats,
Yeah.
bar time with Vern.
Sure. Yeah, all that good stuff, right?
All that good stuff.
All those good extras.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, Brian did post a videos out on YouTube of some of the cleanouts they did.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nice looking.
Nice.
He says he goes home this Friday.
Okay. All right.
Then, real quick before who gets back, I want to say happy birthday to Matt from Bigfoot Prospecting.
Happy birthday, Matt. And belated birthday to our very own Mr. Scott Swiftwater Tony had a birthday too. Yeah.
There's a lot of birthdays around mine. I got a friend. It's the 19th. I'm on the 18th. I got a friend and two friends. One's Louisiana. One's here in Phoenix. They're on the 19th. Kitty and Jesse Walker. So I don't know, 4 or 5. I got Diana Mayer's birthday's going to be sometime. Lisa's was earlier this month.
Huh?
There's a lot of them going on.
Happy birthday. So yeah. Just make sure you tell me happy birthday, Scott. Heck yeah. So speaking of birthdays.
Thanks for all the birthday wishes too, I'd want to say.
You're welcome, you old coot.
Gold.
You about ready to apply for Social Security now?
I'm just halfway, dude. What are you talking about? Social Security.
I thought you were way beyond time.
No, that's your area. AARP.
AARP, baby.
Yeah, he is getting close to that senior citizen discount.
Wait a minute. Did you get your papers from AARP, Scott?
No.
You should have got some.
They don't do that until you're like, what, 55, 56?
Oh, God. I thought they started sending them to you when you hit like 50.
I've been getting them for like 6-7 years, and I'm only 42 or 43.
We got to put Scott on the AARP mailing list.
No, thank you. Lisa's on it. I see enough.
Do you get the free duffel bag and stuff? I signed up.
That way it proves I'm a member.
I signed up for it one time when I was like 55 and forgot I had it, never used it. Said, why did I got this crap? I can't.
Right.
Yeah. Haven't gotten it again since. Speaking of Scott's age, how's those gold prices?
Well, you wouldn't believe it, but they're old. No.
Are they soaring too, like your age?
I wouldn't say they're soaring. They're kind of hanging around. But gold kind of finished up in the red, down $5, and it went to 2,386, which it was at 400 through the week, 2,400.
Dang.
So we've took a couple hits on the gold. Silver went down 0.9, but it's still staying hard level at 28.66. Pretty good.
What'd you say? 28?
28.66. 28.64. It's changing as I'm talking. And platinum, it's stayed pretty much. It's been staying right around the same mark, $942. Palladium took a $4 loss at $1,048, and rhodium stayed unch at $5,300.
Wow, Jaron.
And the Bitcoin, if you
crap coin,
heard any news about that, the halvening,
yeah,
was on the 19th.
Mm-hmm.
So that took place and nothing major happened.
What really happened, right?
So it's sitting at $64,936 right now and 12
Yeah.
cents.
I think it was a bad time for the halvening with all that Israeli-Iran crap that happened. Gas prices shot up, and then we had the halvening, and it's like, and nothing really happened. If it would have been semi-normal.
The gas prices shot up because they just used that as an excuse to shoot it up.
Well, of course they did. They always used all that stuff as an
it's just
it shot up like 60 some cents a gallon.
Yeah, with Bitcoin halvings, this is I believe the fourth one.
Uh-huh.
There's usually no major events really. They run up in price usually after it happens.
Right. Yes, I just figured, that crap screwed everything up that happened over there. That's what.
Well, what's funny is because where that happened, that's not even where the oil fields are.
I know, but it's like you said, they used it as an excuse.
Sad excuse. Oh my gosh, something for the 10,000th year in a row, something's happened over there. Let's jack the price again. Good Lord,
prices of gas up again. I'm like, God, just stop, you guys. Stop the madness, right?
It's just retarded.
I'm telling you, it's chaos. It's anarchy.
I mean, if you had the gas at $2.30 to $2.50, I'd say good, leave it alone. But this flying up to $4 and $6 crap, come on, man.
Hey,
I know
it should be.
Then you got the quacking office won't let us dig our own stuff.
No,
we gotta buy everybody else's.
They shouldn't be able to price gouge us with it.
You're right.
Yeah.
But the reason why they can price gouge us is because we're not digging none of our own crap.
Yeah, sure. That's exactly right. Dang, my camera's blurry.
That's like me having two claims, and I'm sitting here buying gold off John Dingle Wingading down here at market price.
Who'd you say, John Wingle?
I don't know. I don't know how to say it again, but I'm just saying it's just stupid. I got my own claims to dig on, but no, I'm buying gold at market price off Joe Blow down here. It's got another claim. It's stupid.
Yeah. That's crazy. Give you that. It's definitely nuts. Yeah.
I just can't wait. Just somehow get him out of there. Just God.
Not too much longer.
Oh, I know it.
Couple months, hopefully. And things might go kind of back to normal-ish.
Yes. Well, you get the right person in there, things are going to switch in the first week.
Mm-hmm. Let's start by drilling our own oil again. Open that pipeline back up.
Dude, you know how many? I'm just telling you guys. I've been in the Gulf of Mexico several weeks fishing. And I'll tell you, there's thousands and thousands of two pipes coming out of the water with a light on it. That's an oil reserve. All you got to do is put the well on it, start pumping again. They're everywhere. Oil rigs are everywhere.
Yep. All we need is to get it to our gas pumps and give us lower prices.
Yep.
All we need to do.
Well, see, that's why they can price gouge us. And I think it's all about a kickback anyway, but they price gouge us because they know we're not doing it and we need it.
Well, sure, we need it. That's the way it goes.
Well, the reason why he stopped that, in my opinion, you remember when he stopped all that? Oh, we can't drill anymore. We can't do this. We're not going to do any extended more license. Yeah, because the idiot wanted to go all electric. Well, yeah, if you just take the gas away, yeah, it's not happening, clowns. We're not buying electric crap.
Well, that plan's kind of crashing and burning.
Yeah. I mean, look how in the past 4 years, look how many things has caught on fire out of nowhere. And guess what? None of them's gas. They're all electric vehicles.
That's just weird.
Yeah. Remember that one? What was that big shipping container caught on fire? Oh, what was it? Oh, the lithium battery was in a car.
Well, speaking of lithium, did you guys hear that a new study has found that there's lithium in fool's gold?
What?
That can skyrocket the price of pyrite.
Get out of here,
buddy. I hope that happens.
Yeah, I got a couple of big chunks sitting right
Well, I
here.
was gonna say, me and Rob's pyrite hunting fools.
So I got a story on that.
Yeah, I love to hear it. Let's go ahead and do you want to tell it now? Because
Yeah,
now that
since
we
we're on lithium.
segued right into that, let's hear it.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Yeah, do you
So that there's not really pictures, just
okay,
one picture of fool's gold, but I'm sure we've all seen him
sure.
before. So it says fool's gold or iron pyrite, a common mineral that resembles a precious counterpart, may be more valuable than scientists originally thought, as it's been found to be abundant in lithium. Lithium is vital to the future of a green energy. This is because the material is highly reactive, is a key element in batteries, including the kind used in electric vehicles. Due to this demand for lithium soaring, the precious resource can be extracted from brines and also mined in select locations, including Argentina, Australia, Bolivia, Chile, and China. But scientists have now found it in an apparently undervalued mineral. The strange discovery was made after a team of researchers in West Virginia University set out to see whether lithium could be extracted with alternative industrial operations. The presence of lithium in this material is unheard of. Sedimentary geochemist and doctoral student Shali Bhattacharya said in the statement, I'm trying to understand how lithium and pyrite could be associated one another. Bhattacharya said, who is working with Professor Shaika Sharma in the IsoBioGem lab at West Virginia University. There is not a great deal of information on how the sulfur-rich mineral and lithium are linked. However, it has been noted that lithium-sulfur batteries could one day replace lithium-ion ones. This is because lithium-sulfur batteries have the potential to be more environmentally friendly because the sulfur can be extracted using far less resources, meaning it has less of an effect on the environment.
You mean like the big giant hole they dig to find lithium?
Yeah, that's supposed to counter it.
Huh.
The fact that lithium is present in iron pyrites is a new finding and is not yet known whether extraction could be commercially viable in practice. This is a well-specific study, Pachara said, noting that more research needs to be done. However, the findings are certainly positive, as it could mean lithium could become sourced with new mining. We can talk about sustainable energy without using a lot of energy resources.
Can you can you imagine
That would be
if
interesting.
iron pyrite actually went like got up to like $1,000 an ounce? Say
Hey,
there'd be people. There'd be people from back in the old days rolling in the grave because they all found fools going, I'm rich. And they go, oh, it's not worth nothing. They go, oh, dang it, just throw it on the ground.
You need to hit up some of those countryside gas stations
oh
before
yeah,
word gets out.
yeah, man, would kind of be kind of cool if it did, wouldn't it? Even if it got up to 500 an ounce. I mean, because we've all found enough of it.
At one time or another.
They'd be starting along the beaches here in San Diego because you can see it.
Oh, really?
Right everywhere.
See? I might get.
Yeah. But Rob, as soon as you go to mine it, they're going to go, oh, flag on the play. It's worth money. We got rules now. You got to pay for a permit. And
Yeah, you're.
Well, he's in California, so, you got to take it for granted.
You are.
Or, I mean, California, sorry.
Somebody want their money out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If it's fun or if it's worth anything, they're going to either suck the fun out of it or charge you. Or both.
Both. That's
Yeah.
what it would be. Yeah, wow. But it would be cool. Yeah, just saying. It's pretty cool. Is what it is. Definitely.
I like to see Fools Go, but I like to see it in its like the square form and everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like it when it does that.
Yeah, that's really cool. In a cube. Yeah. That's cool. Like to have a nice cube specimen of it.
Heck yeah, looks cool.
It does. It's pretty cool that nature can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, nature could do a lot of things, buddy.
Yeah, but that's really cool that it does that, forms that like perfect square. Dun, dun,
Well, you
dun.
take like we talked to that lady from lady and a guy from Australia, and
Yeah.
an opal's made just the same from nature. Something seeps in the ground and
Right.
turns to an opal. It's like,
Yeah.
okay.
But it's pressure too, like for
Yeah.
diamonds.
I still don't know what puts the color in it though.
I don't know, just the different sulfides or
Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be something. Well, you take those fossils that they got that turn opalized.
yeah,
Which come first, the fossil or the opal?
or the opal. Oh, it's like the chicken or the egg.
Yeah, I know.
I wonder. I bet it was the fossil.
It's a mystery.
Huh.
Well, some of those fossils are, well, they say millions of years old, but can you really date them? I guess you could, but
Yeah, I guess. So you're saying there wasn't opals millions of years ago?
there could have been. But the ground has changed so much from a million years ago. Who knows?
Maybe
Mountains have rose, and some mountains have fallen into lake beds, and yeah, you just can't tell anymore.
interesting. What it is.
Yeah, and interesting about fossils, which will lead us into our next segue.
Okay.
Did he say segue?
He said segue.
Has he got a dictionary open on the table or something?
It'll segue us into it. Right? Oh, wait a minute.
Bone in a child's rock collection.
Let's make you bigger. You got a picture. Okay.
Yeah. A bone in a child's rock collection has been identified as a military captain killed in a 1951 training accident.
Oh my gosh.
More than 60 years ago, the U.S. Marine Corps captain featured here, Everett Yeager, was killed in a military exercise over California. All of his remains were recovered in Riverside County, and he was buried in Missouri. Or at least that's what was originally thought. Last year, a piece of bone was found in a child's rock collection, was sent for testing. The piece was believed to be picked up in Arizona as the child explored and expanded the collection. The genetic testing and a close familial match revealed that the piece of bone was a jawbone belonging to Captain Yeager. The Ramapo College Investigative Genetic Genealogy Center says no one knows how the remains got to Arizona in the first place, since it was a deadly incident that happened in 1951 in another state. And one theory is that a scavenger, such as a bird, picked it up and eventually deposited it during its travels over Arizona. Experts said remains are in the process of being reunited with the family.
I could just see a bird flying thousands of miles with a bone in his mouth.
Hey, those crows can fly a long way. You should know as a crow flies.
But with a bone in his mouth?
Oh, yeah.
As the crow flies is the shortcut. They don't fly that
right. They don't. Yeah. I mean, it would take them a long time to fly that far.
Yeah, a jawbone, that ain't small. That's that big.
Well, it could have been a small jawbone. You don't know.
Well, and then number two, how they find out it was him? There's no DNA left on that bone.
That's what I was wondering too.
Yeah.
How'd they have his DNA?
Yeah, that too.
To go, oh, it's this guy. Huh.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. Well, continue.
Or, I let it in because, the child probably thought it was a fossil or a rock.
Probably.
You guys remember about this biggest gold heist theft in Canadian history last year?
Ish.
Wait, is that the 30 billion or 30 million in gold or something like that?
It was like 20 million in gold. Yeah. Police say They captured 9 people and are facing charges from the Toronto Pearson International Airport from a year ago.
Okay.
Peel Regional Police said Wednesday that 6,600 gold bars worth more than 20 million Canadian dollars, or 14.5 million US, and 2.5 million Canadian, or 1.8 million US in foreign currency were stolen. The gold was melted down and used to purchase illegal firearms, police said.
Oh, okay.
Those charged included an Air Canada warehouse employee, a former Air Canada manager who gave police a tour of the facility after the theft. A jewelry store owner was also charged.
Oh, of course, there had to be a jewelry store guy in there. You know, it's gold.
Yeah, of course. The Peel Regional Detective, Sergeant Mike Navidi, said the gold bars weighing 419 kilos, about 923 pounds, and foreign currency, ordered from a refinery in Zurich, Switzerland, was transported in a hull of an Air Canadian flight on April 17th of last year. The late afternoon, a truck driver arrived at the airline's cargo warehouse with a fraudulent bill that was provided to an airline warehouse attendant. The sergeant said a bill for the seafood that was picked up a day before was used to pick up the gold. The duplicate bill was printed off at the Air Canada warehouse. The sergeant goes, they needed people with Air Canada to facilitate this theft in front of a truck that you see there that was used in the theft. Police are searching for the Air Canada manager who gave police the tour of the facility of theft. He said the manager left his job last summer and they have no idea where he's at.
He got his cut. He's out.
Wow.
The sergeant says some of the suspects were known to police and some were not. He said they see 6 crudely made bracelets made of gold. So, I don't think I have ever imagined they would have to deal with the largest gold heist in Canadian history, said the mayor of Brampton, Ontario, Patrick Brown.
Right.
It's almost like out of Ocean's 11 or CSI.
It's kind of interesting. Yeah. That's a lot of gold they stole.
Yeah. And then they didn't get caught because they made a stupid bracelet out of it. Jesus.
And that's where the jewelry guy.
That's where the jewelry store owner came in. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So far, only 90,000 Canadian or 65,000 in US in gold has been recovered. Now, one of the people that they had arrested was arrested in Pennsylvania at the traffic stop that led to the seizure of 65 illegal firearms, and they were allegedly destined to be smuggled into Canada.
Wow.
Of course, Brinks, the security company out here that deals with cargo like this, sued Air Canada for the theft, and so far they rejected each and every allegation that Brinks had sued them for.
Now, how was Air Canada involved in it?
Well, they were the ones that were in charge of transporting it and storing it, and then Brinks was supposed to come and pick it up.
Right.
So, so it was an inside job right off the bat.
Yeah, but that sounds fishy, doesn't it? I mean, usually if you got a shipment of gold that big, when that plane touches down, there's a Brinks truck sitting right there.
You would think.
Yeah. They're not just going to go, okay, boys, just wheel it off in the hangar 2 over there and close the door. It will be good.
Right.
Shoot.
Yeah, usually the truck's waiting right there to take it off the plane, put it right in the armored car, and
they get it out of there.
The Brinks warehouse or wherever. Yeah.
Yeah, and they should have been tracked, so I would suspect that the truck driver himself did make the pickup, took it to where it's supposed to be because he's on tracking, they would know instantly.
Right.
And then they removed it there because it's where it was supposed to be. So
Right.
nobody would be looking for it yet.
Ah, interesting. Yeah, there was a lot of holes in that theft.
That's what I'm thinking. Man,
Yeah,
I wouldn't say Ocean's 11 on that one in
no,
particular, but
no,
you know.
no. There was way too many holes there to
Yeah.
load. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ah, too many.
Imagine the insurance company. Oh no, if you guys were stupid enough just to put it in an airplane hangar, it's your baby. It's not mine.
Yeah, that's just odd.
And how much was it again? 2 million? How much? 20 million?
It was 20 million at that time US. So that would have been like 18 million or something like that US.
Phew.
Yeah, but I wonder how many gold bars that would have been.
They got
It'd
nice.
have to be at least a pallet.
They got nice gold bracelets.
6,600 gold bars.
A lot of
Weighing
bars.
6,000.
Yeah, 6,600 gold bars weighing what was it, 400 kilos or something like that. I mean,
That had to be a couple pallets. Oh, easily a couple pallets.
Yeah, it's over 400 kilos worth of gold.
Wow.
That's crazy.
You think that truck would have squatted a little bit more?
Yeah.
923 pounds. So 419 kilos.
For 6,000 bars was only 900 pounds.
Yeah.
That don't sound right either. They
little bitty bars.
Maybe they were those little bars they sell at Costco.
Yeah.
They were en route to Costco and jacked. Yeah, because
not only 900 pounds.
No, because a bar of gold, what they say weighs again, was it 75 pounds?
Well, you figure 1 kilo bar, that's a loaf. You times that by 419 bars.
You said 6,000 bars.
It's 6,600 bars. So
that's
somebody
well over 900 pounds. Yeah.
That's 6,000 bars at just 900 pounds. They had to be small.
Yeah, it had been real small.
Well, you got to remember it's being flown to Zurich was ordered from a refinery in Zurich. So they had to be flown. So
it had to be smaller than.
Right. They had to be real small.
Yeah. Like I said, Costco.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, if there wasn't no baggage on the plane and there wasn't no freaking people on the plane, you could probably carry quite a bit of gold.
Yeah, well, that's still a lot of weight. I'm just saying.
Something fishy, huh?
Not strange. It just don't add up.
There's a lot of loopholes in these stories we got going on.
This story's just shot full of holes.
Maybe it was just written by AI. I don't
know. Oh, well, maybe. We'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Could be. Huh. Strange, though, I must say. Very strange. I'd like to know more. I'd like to know exactly how much each bar weighed.
Well, you don't know what size it is. I mean, you don't know if it's the small ones or if it's...
Right?
Yeah.
See, that's why I'm thinking it would be the small ones.
And, of course, there wasn't no pictures.
Right, yeah.
They didn't show any pictures.
Well, that's what's really funny. They actually got the gold back, but now there's no pictures. But they got pictures of the truck and all the people involved.
They just haven't caught all the people involved.
Yeah, I think it's that one guy that got out before the getting, or got why the getting was good. That's why they're still looking for him.
Yeah, the manager. Dun dun dun. Yep.
He's probably down here in America living in BFE, Nebraska, where nobody knows who he is.
You're probably right.
Yeah, just bought me a 600-acre spread. Nobody will figure it out.
He's probably in Hawaii somewhere or something.
Harry says, good thing you guys aren't investigating the robbery.
Wait, why? I think we'd be good at it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Probably no more than they do.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Give us a crime. We'll see if we can solve it. That's what we should have. We should have a night of Clue.
Sure wasn't Colonel Mustard with a candlestick.
Done in the library with
Who stole the gold?
gold bars.
Yeah, right when you say 6,000, I'm like, inside job. It had to be because nobody else knew 6,000 bars were landing on that plane.
All right, there's your first clue.
Oh, it's like that currency heist in L.A. last month, or just recently, $30 million. That had to have been an inside job.
Probably.
Because that happened over a holiday weekend too.
Now, $30 million in cash, that would be bigger than the gold.
Yeah, that would be a lot harder to transport around.
Yeah.
You're not packing that out in no freaking duffel bag.
No, it's coming out in pallets.
Yeah.
Big old pallets. Loaded with cash. Huh?
Yeah, you're not going to walk nonchalant with the big bar.
No.
Well, usually when you hear that much cash being stolen, well, that much money, you think it's in bearer bonds or something easy to transport. But he's saying it's in cash. I'm like,
yeah.
You know how big a square that $30 million would be? If anybody's ever seen Brewster's Million, remember that stack of cash?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was it?
That was supposed to be $3 million or something like that.
Yeah. That's three.
Or like that one fella who robbed the armory down in Florida, the second largest gold heist or currency heist ever, and they made a movie out of it.
Not for sure about that one.
Oh gosh, I know the movie. I have it.
What did he steal? Money or what?
Yeah, money. He worked at the local bank, armored facility where they store the money.
Okay.
And his girlfriend that worked there, she quit and all that, and said, "Hey, wouldn't it be nice to steal all this money?" So he does it for love. He steals all the money in the vault, and turned out that it was not him. It was the mastermind of it all who wanted the money, which is the name of the movie, Masterminds.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Zach Galifianakis. And
Galifianakis.
Yeah, I seen that. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or the last name, Galifianakis.
Did he get away with it?
Oh, he eventually turned himself in, but he was down in Mexico or South America, someplace like that, and he ran out of money and went back to rescue his girlfriend, and the cops were sitting there waiting when he showed up.
Ran out of money. That must
Apparently,
have been all a party.
Right?
Holy moly. In Mexico? Yeah, that had to be a big party.
They're still looking for some of the money. Some of the money is still unaccounted for.
You could take about what? You could take $500,000 to Mexico, and you'd never have to have a job the rest of your life.
Probably right. Wow.
Speaking of unaccounted for, we got Thomas Pennyweight Folks and Ed Marvin, Flash in Your Pan.
Ed and Thomas. What's happening, fellas? Thanks for coming and hanging out.
Ducky.
We're on the case of missing gold. Interesting.
Oh, I forgot when you said something about birthdays. It was Tim Fisher's birthday this week, too.
Oh, happy birthday, Tim.
Our buddy there in the old Carolinas digging up that gold dredge in the middle of the woods.
Have you heard any more about that?
No, but how he found it, I'll never know. I've seen some pictures after they've got it dug out. I'm like,
digging for gold.
How the hell did you find the dang thing?
Right.
I wonder how far they got on that thing.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering if you've heard any more.
Well, the last pictures I seen from him, it looked like the whole outer shell they got excavated off of, and they're still digging gold out of the inside of it because I think they're doing bags with it.
All right.
Somehow.
Yeah.
I think they are.
Did anybody ever buy a bag or a bag of the shark teeth dirt? Or
I think a couple people in GPS did. I can't recall who.
Did they?
I think Granny Scotty Tony might have, and
I know.
there's a few people that were going to. I'm not sure if they ever did.
If anybody listening did, post in the chat room what you thought about it. Yeah, interesting.
Boy, I'll tell you what, you've seen some of the teeth he finds. Good
I
God.
know.
Like they're as big as my freaking palm.
I know. That would be
like he goes, oh look. I'm like, how do you miss that? Just look out of the boat. It's right there. Pick it up.
and they're worth a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, whatever that creek is he's in, man, they find a shit ton of shark teeth in it. I mean, a crap
The
load.
big ones are the ones that are worth money.
Well, how did they get there? The ocean had to be
The
in
ocean
that
did
far
go
at
through
one
there.
time.
It did. It was all underwater by the ocean.
Yeah, but now it's all woods and creeks and
Right.
yeah, it looks great.
I guess like Arizona is all desert. It was once ocean, right?
Well,
Yeah.
like where I'm at, there used to be lake bed here.
Hey, so same.
Then you go across the highway, and that's the Broadshaw Mountains. So
Same thing, except Carolina's turned into woods.
yeah.
A lot of megalodons lost their teeth.
Well, but he finds like little teeth too, like tons of little teeth as well,
Yeah.
like just regular shark.
Well,
And I'm like, why would there be that big of a grouping of number one megalodons there, but number two other sharks as well? Why would there be that big of a grouping in that area?
Well, have you ever been to like the beach and walked around picking up shark teeth? You can pick them up like crazy.
No,
Yeah.
I've never seen shark teeth at the beach.
Oh yeah, they're everywhere.
Yeah, and shark have a lot of teeth.
Yeah, they have a lot of teeth and they lose them
but man, that
every
would
day.
suck stepping on one of them bad boys.
Do they lose them every year?
I always find these little small ones at the beach like crazy. Yeah.
I've never.
Richard, I think their teeth are on a rotation. Richard, they like one will get pushed off, and then another one will grow back in, and the row pushes up.
Yeah, I think they lose teeth like every day or something like that. Yeah, they're weird, and they don't just.
Well, I mean, they got 3 rows, 1, 2, and sometimes 4.
Yeah.
You like a mako shark. You look in there, they'll have 4 rows of teeth, and when one falls out, the row actually just moves forward, and the next one takes its place.
Okay, so you figure millions of years, millions of sharks losing millions of teeth. Yeah, they're going to be all over.
But I'm just saying, he finds a considerable amount, so must have been a concentration.
It could have been a spot where they hung out at the sharks.
Yeah,
could have been nice, warmer water, or who knows? What makes a shark hang out in a special place? More food.
Well, you got to remember, Illinois was down by the equator at one time, so it was a lush tropical forest area too. So,
see, you just don't know. Odd. Jaren's got something here.
Yeah, look at the size of them suckers.
They are. They're freaking huge. Megalodon tooth fire's got. See, look at all them teeth.
Yeah, there's the rows. That's the rows I'm talking about right there.
Wow, those things just look so odd. That's just very, very odd.
Yeah, during my time when I was out in Georgia and Florida, I've never found a shark tooth, but people say, yeah, you can see it. And I'm like,
yeah, you can see them.
I can't see it.
You always pick them up. Go to the beach, I always find them. Yeah. Yeah.
That is pretty wild. I got to admit.
It is. It's cool.
Yeah, they find them.
I would just like go down there shark tooth hunting because they've never done it.
Yeah, and he's made, I don't know what do you call those rakes he made? He called them something, but they made rakes that they scoop up the bottom and then they kind of squish it and then they look through it. And
sand scoops.
Yeah.
It's modified. For shark teeth. What it was. Hey. It's cool.
I mean, if they were worth that much money, I wouldn't even have to dig gold. I'd be out there in the creek every day getting shark's teeth.
Oh, right. I think I'd spend more time shark tooth hunting than gold hunting because they are worth a lot of money. Just one.
Yeah, just one.
Man. In the wrong business.
Yeah, you got to be where the business is, though.
Yeah, actually.
I can't be out here in Arizona. Hey, what do you do for? I'm a shark tooth hunter.
Shark Tooth Hunter. Why don't they make a TV show called Shark Tooth Hunter? Yeah.
You know what? I bet you if Tim keeps it up and starts making good video, there probably possibly could be.
Yeah.
You know, they'd have like the shark teeth guys, the bottle hunting guys, and
yeah,
you know, all that stuff.
How about Shark Tooth Hunting? Could be on Friday nights right after Gold Rush.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Didn't they have a show called Bottle Dump Diggers or something like that at one time?
Used to have once upon a time. They had a few episodes.
Yeah, I think there was some bottle ones or something.
Yeah. I don't it was short lived. They only had a few episodes, I think, kind of a test thing. But it was cool. It was another cool show.
They probably got griped at by a few of the states going, hey, we don't want crazy people out just digging up
our sidewalks.
Yeah. Those dumps has been buried for years. We don't want some idiot going up and exposing them, so we have to clean them up now.
Yeah, there was an old privy here. I'm going to dig it up now. And they busting through your sidewalk.
Hey, like I said, back in the day, my grandma and grandpa had a bottle dump back in the woods. That's where all the cans and bottles went.
Yeah, they always did back then.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you couldn't burn them. So there was
nope, because they had a burn barrel too.
Right, there was a spot for the bottles and cans, and then there's your burn barrel that you burned everything else in. Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, they stopped doing the. I think stopped taking stuff back in the. I'd say early '80s, mid '80s. They quit doing that.
Quit what? Burning their trash?
Well, they kept burning trash, but like their bottles and cans and stuff, there's a trash company that would go by their house. So they started getting trash service in the late 80s.
Oh, and started recycling.
Yeah, they just do the stuff out in the front, like the bottles and the cans for trash. But all the paper stuff, that went to the burn barrel.
Right.
They burnt trash up until probably late 90s.
Oh, if you're living out in those rural counties and towns and stuff like that, they don't care if you're burning your trash or not. You just call the fire department. Hey, I'm just going to do a quick burn today. So they know.
Yeah, they just burned.
And I can't
recycling started.
I can't remember the year, but I know why that they quit burning is because we used to have a big ram sheep out in the burn lot. And one day that ram sheep hit Grandma and knocked her down. He just backed up and woo, bam, and hit. Grandma's like, oh, because she twisted her back and kind of hurt her hip a little bit. And then Grandpa went out there and he had a 2x40. He was waiting for him. He went out there burning it. As soon as that sheep comes, started getting backed up 3 steps and goes, Grandpa already knew what he was going to do. He goes, well, boom, right on the head. That sheep kind of shook it off like, whoa. He goes, you hit me and I'll bang you again with this thing. After that, that's when they pretty much quit burning trash outside anymore. They just put everything in the garbage can now.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid going to West Virginia. You'd have to take the trash out back, put it in the barrel, and burn it. Mm. And they had an outhouse too. Yeah. So you had your burn barrel, you had your outhouse, and you had chickens under the house too.
It's really funny because I remember back when I was like real little, like 7, 8, 9. And my grandma's house, they had indoor plumbing. But my grandma's house for the longest time out in the corner of a yard still had an outhouse there.
Yeah.
So I know at one time they didn't have indoor plumbing and stuff.
My grandma didn't have indoor plumbing. She had a pump out in the yard. And then you had a big metal wash tub is what you took a bath in. They put it in the kitchen.
You took a bath and washed your clothes in it.
Heat water up on the stove and dump it in that big wash tin. And you got in there and took a bath.
And your feet always hung out.
And the next kid got in there and took a bath, and the next kid.
Yeah, you didn't want to be on the end of the line.
Right, you didn't want to be the last one.
Yeah, I think the baby was the last one. I think that's where that saying came from. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Oh, it could have been, Jaron. You're right. That's possible.
Because I think I saw something, and it was the husband is first, and then the eldest sons. and it goes the boys first. Then I think the wife was pretty low on the chain. She might have went right before the baby, but that might be more
but the
for
wives took
racing.
baths. Wives took baths during the day when
Probably.
the guys were working.
Yeah. They tote their own water and heat it up, take their quick bath.
I don't know about you guys. I hate baths. I hate sitting in the same
Oh,
crap.
I do too. I take taking showers. Yeah.
Yeah.
A bath once in a while is nice just to soak.
Yeah, I can't. No.
Yeah, just to soak and to make your back feel better.
I get in the bathtub. I just go no, wash my hair. I'm out. See ya. Everything's good. I'm done.
Ed says yes, Mr. Lodek, so it must be somewhat on point with that, how that story or that saying.
Yeah. Things were different back then.
You ain't a joking, brother. Hey, you want to hear some gold facts?
Yeah, of course, always.
All right, I got another 3 this week, and I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll have 4 more weeks of it.
7.
For 3 apiece.
9.
Anyway, I'm going to 9 you. It says 49%, around half of all gold mined today, is made into jewelry, which remains the single largest use for gold.
I believe it.
I know, but that's just crazy, right? Sometimes some of that stuff I just think it's crazy. Yeah, it's the richest thing, but people just want to wear it.
Right.
It says the 40,000 miners who joined the California gold rush in 1849 were called 49ers. Only a very small number of them even got rich. Which we know that too. Not everybody hit the gold mines, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Julius Caesar, this is number 3. Julius Caesar gave 200 gold coins to each of his soldiers from the spoils of war in defeating Gaul, Gaul. Is that Gaul?
That's Gaul.
Yeah, I don't know who Julius Caesar fought, but
everybody.
It was somebody.
Everybody.
But yeah, those are the 3 facts.
He gave each of his soldiers 200 gold coins.
Yeah.
He was quite generous.
Well, how many gold coins did he get, though?
Yeah. I'm sure he had a lot of soldiers to give them all 200.
I mean, if he had 60,000 bars, he could throw a couple out.
Still, that's a lot of gold coins.
Right. But hey, you know what would be what's really good about that is because if Julius Caesar did do that and to each of the soldiers probably would have stuck around and actually made a city around his castle or whatever and that's probably what they bartered with all the time was the gold that they got from him. And if you think about it, if there was a tax, he eventually got all that gold back.
Oh yeah, he knew he was going to get it all back when he gave it.
Yeah. Kind of funny how that worked. Yeah.
He was Julius Caesar. That's right.
I guess that's right. And then I got a little story to go for you guys. It's not a little story, but it's a little. It's got a little bit. But anyway, this is actually coming from. I gotta get back up to the top. Come on. Man's rights.
Man's rights.
That's the web page, evidently.
Okay.
It says gold, a short story for English reading comprehension.
Oh boy.
So you take it as what you want. It says the introduction says, what if I found a lump of gold in your garden or house? What would you do with it? What it would change your life and how? And is it possible just to find a big piece of gold buried in your house or your garden? Well, if you find one buried in your house, somebody was there before you.
Right.
They don't really bury stuff in a house, but But anyway, this is the story.
Okay.
It says the heat was punishing, and my temper made me work none too easier. After weeks and weeks of trying to avoid digging up the back of the garden, I finally relented. Luis watched from the kitchen window as as to ensure that I was doing a good job of it. I paused to take a drink from the bottle, and the water was warm in the midday sun. The only refreshment while I dug up all the rocks is rocks and dead plants. I'll make you a nice cup of tea when you finish it all, she said, and I drank and surveyed my work. I had barely made a dent. I was both dismayed and pleased with this. Dismayed that after 2 hours of backbreaking work, I have achieved so little, and pleased because I had proven myself right to Louise. Not that it would have any effect on her. She wanted it finished. She wanted it finished by dinner time. Tomorrow I will go to the garden center and buy new plants. She said, I want to make it all beautiful before you go back to work on Monday. 2 solid days of hard labor followed by another week at the grind. It made all the digging more hateful. To follow it with another 7 days working in the grim office and the lonesome Mr. Bartlett and his passive-aggressive mood swings, I had come close to walking out at least 10 times last week. I put a bottle of water back in the pathway to make sure it didn't tip, and I resumed my digging stance. My back cracked in protest. My back cracked in protest as I winched a small shard of pain that knifed into my lower back muscles. Shoving the spade into the dry, almost solid clay, I jarred against it and hit yet another rock. How many of these things were buried in the back here? So the guy's clicking. He's getting rock shocked from hitting a shovel all the time on the dang things. Said, like an abandoned rock garden long forgotten from the 1950s, and left me digging it up because my wife wanted an English rose garden. It's my first proper garden, she said to me earlier. I can't wait to make it nice. I bent down and pulled another piece of dried up soil and bits of dry root, and beneath the soil, I seen a yellowish piece of garbage. I had already found a doll along with parts of a bike and a rusted old pipe. I grabbed the side of it and pulled it away, and it came free. I saw that it was a heavy piece of metal, but dirty brownish yellow. I picked it up, brushed it off, and it weighed as heavy as my hand. The sunlight caught it, and it brushed like gold. I raised it to the light of the sun and gazed at it. It couldn't be, no, not just buried in the back of our garden. Lois had noticed me staring into space again and was scrutinizing me from the kitchen sink. I waved at her and she waved back. She nodded at the back of the garden and the shovel. I waved more frantically to her to come out and talk to me. I saw her muttering to herself when she was wandering to the side entrance door of the house and then appeared to be at the top of the path leading down to the garden. What, she said, frowning at me. Look at this, I said, holding out the fragment of glittering metal in my hand. She said, what is it? Squinting in the sun. I leaned towards her to lower my voice. I think it was, he goes, I think it's gold, I said. Lewis pulled her head back and looked at me in disbelief. Gold? She said, her lips pulled away in a tight glimmerance. I nodded, I think so. Feel the weight of it. She took it from me and nearly dropped it. She caught it in both hands and raised the weight of it up and down, bouncing on a large lump between her fingers. It's heavy, she said. I nodded again, like gold. Gold is heavy. How do you know it's gold? She asked me. I don't, but gold is heavy and that rock is heavy. Plus, it's the color of gold and it looks like it could be gold. Gold, she asked, and her voice lowered in a serious tone. Yeah, because they don't want to yell at the neighbors. Low to serious tone. I took it from her and examined it. Small crevices ran around the inside or around it and inside the grooves. The color remained consistent, a solid gold tone discolored by years of being underground. That must be worth a lot of money, she said. I said, yes. In front of me at the top of the path lay the 2-bedroom terrace house that we had bought. We still owed a fortune on it, a mortgage that would take us years to pay off. me working for Mr. Bartlett, Louise and her part-time job at a clothing manufacturer 3 days a week, things were tight much of the time, but we got through okay. But if this were a solid piece of gold, we could pay off the entire house loan and we would have enough left over to put a big pile of cash in the bank. We could invest some of it, buy a brand new car, get new clothes, go on holiday. We hadn't had a holiday for years, just the occasional day trip to the seaside. This rock in my hand could be the end of all of our troubles. It could be the beginning of a whole new life. I laughed and threw the rock a few inches into the air. It landed in my hand awkwardly and fell to the ground with a solid thud. A piece fell off and revealed a familiar brownish color of the rocks that had been digging up. A familiar brownish color of the rocks that I had been digging up for the last few hours. It was just another rock painted yellow, maybe to decorate the rock garden from the bygone days. Gold, said Louise, and hissed air at me through her teeth. She marched back off to the house. I want all that dug up by dinner time.
So it was a painted yellow rock.
Yeah, wouldn't that just make you madder, heck? That's a painted rock.
But what if?
What if? Yeah. But in the future, about what, 20 years, people's going to start finding the rocks that we've been painting gold just for fun.
Who's been painting gold for rocks for fun?
Oh, I've seen plenty of people painting rocks for fun.
And throwing them in places and
well, no, not throwing them, but they're going to be tossed out sometime. It's not like they're going to strip the paint off of it before they go, that's just a rock.
You guys are rotten. But what would you do? What's the odds?
Thank God he didn't call his boss and kiss my ass. I'm out of here. Never work for you again. And then it's just a rock.
But Dennis never came back, huh?
Oh, must have been some good gold paint they put on there. Yeah, definitely wasn't yellow.
It's that dynamite stuff, man.
Must have been.
It's dynamite.
Be cool though. That happened, and I guess in some places it could happen, right?
What's that?
Certain areas.
What? Finding the gold rock?
Right. You could be digging in your garden and find gold, right?
Well, like he said, if somebody painted a gold rock for back in the day to actually decorate their own little rock garden,
sure.
And you're back here, and he was like, he's already saying, well, I've already dug these. I've already been digging rocks up all day.
Right. But it was a rock garden.
Yeah.
Some sort.
But it'd be hard though. You think you're only going to just find one? That doesn't seem right.
Yeah, it's true too. I think there'd be multiple ones, not just one.
I was going to say at least 2 or 3.
Interesting. It's kind of funny though. And I wonder if that was a true story.
Well, yeah, it said something comprehension story.
So
what that story is about is I don't think it's true.
Okay.
Because it's what they said, it was a comprehension story. So after what they call a comprehension story happens is the teacher will start asking you significantly pointed questions. Like, what was he digging? Okay. It was a garden. How many rocks? He said he dug up 4 or 5 rocks before lunch. Did he have, how many bottles of water did he have?
Hey.
It's a comprehension story. It's like, you heard me read the story. How much did you comprehend from it?
Yeah. Kind of like the Common Core of today's education.
No. That story wasn't stupid. There's a difference.
A little bit.
If anybody's got their kids learning Common Core, you got to quit.
Common Core? What the heck's Common Core?
Oh, it's that long way to do math.
What?
Look it up. You'll just be flabbergasted. Because they tried to teach it in schools for a while. And like the parents are like, are you freaking idiots? Teach my kid arithmetic and not this crap Common Core where you got to use this much of a paper to come up with 2 freaking plus 2.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's retarded. I mean, it is retarded.
I've not heard of that.
And what's even more retarded is because teachers actually were teaching it.
Common Core, they call it.
Yeah. It was big in the early 2000s.
It's dumb. It's called Common Core math. It's just retarded.
Bob said communist curriculum. That makes more sense.
It is like if you watch a video on it, you're going to be going, you just be hitting your head like, what in the world is going on? And like I said, they were trying to teach that in school. Like they wanted to start doing that way instead of the regular way that we learned.
Uh-huh.
Of course, it's the same teachers who's tried to take cursive away. And then the kids couldn't read a check because they didn't know what the hell was on the name. I don't know how to sign it in cursive. Well, that's your signature, buddy. You better figure it out.
Didn't they take cursive out of schools?
They can't.
I thought they did.
They did. And now, well, here in California, cursive is being brought back.
Well, now they're bringing it back again.
Yeah, because you got to sign and signature most anything.
Yeah, but printing can be your signature too, right?
No, that's signing.
Well, that's your signature though. That's how.
Well, if they say sign your first name, sign your name and print it, and then they want to see your cursive writing. They want your signature.
Well, that's the way it used to be, but nowadays you could just print it, right?
Not the stuff that I sign. They still want both of them.
Just put an X, and that could be your signature.
Yeah, that just show your intelligence level by a mile.
Right?
Yeah, that's like when you go to a store and you have to sign when you click your card or whatever, and you have to sign it with a little pen. Yeah, I can't read that.
I think the one you got to sign it with your fingers worse than the pen.
Oh my! That crap.
Oh, that's UP.
You see about every other letter.
Yeah, because it skips.
Yeah, you're trying to sign it with your finger.
And they're like, oh, you got to use your fingernail. I'm like, oh, that's funny because my fingernails ain't that long. I'm not a girl.
And it still don't work. I try. It's like, and like Jaren said, the pen, it's not no better. It's like,
well, the problem about the pen is where you got to rest your hand to write it is buttons. And
the pen's
exactly.
This big.
Wait a minute. Did Rich say there's a place you can actually rest your hand?
Yeah, your hand in the air. Like, oh.
Yeah, there's no place to set your hand. You gotta write like this.
Yeah, if your hand's in that.
You just can't go like this. You have to go.
It's kind of odd.
Nah, it ain't happening.
You could try to draw a straight line and it'd probably look like cursive.
Probably.
My signature already looks like that, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, mine looks about as crazy as it does on the pad, actually, in real life.
The only thing that distinguishes my signature from anything else is the way I make my S and the way I make my T in my last name.
That's me, my T. Yeah, and everything else is just scribble. It's like, yep, that's my signature. All right, chicken scratch.
I know it is because nobody signs that T like I do.
Right, that's what I say. Nobody signing as crappy as I do. That's definitely my signature.
I've had people go, it looks like a capital L in cursive. I'm like, no, there's no bottom loop on it. There's a top loop and it stops.
Oh, that's the way I make. That's how I make my T. Just just across the loop and down. Yeah, like a.
Remember the slide your card, carbon copy, and sign in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I worked at a gas station back in them days. Yeah, you put the card in, the carbon, and you have to put all that information on it. Swipe a Rooney.
Yeah, thank goodness back then nobody was stealing your IDs. Holy
right?
moly. You could have went to any trash can and found what you needed.
Oh, look. Good Lord, there was a stack of them in the trash can.
I only used one of those carbon copy things for the cards once, but the one I used, I swear it was ridiculously overweight. Like it was like a 50-pound thing.
They're heavy.
Yeah.
They were.
Yeah. You had to push down hard and
yeah, and they
so
were
all the numbers hit.
Yeah, they had some weight to them. They definitely did.
Yeah, like
I
an old
remember
telephone.
that. Oh yeah, and you'd have to move the lever up to the dollar amount. Zero, zero.
I'm with Tim. I used to work at a gas station, and we actually had a second-hand store that had to use them too.
Yeah. Everybody that took credit cards used them back then. Even your discount stores like Kmart and stuff. Remember, you'd be in line, use a credit card. They'd have to put it in the old, get out the old swipey machine.
That's why I said I'm
Lay
glad
the
I didn't have a
paper
credit
in
card.
there, put
Yeah.
the card in there, hold on to it.
And they give it to you and you have to sign it. And they tear off
They
your
have to set the counter on it.
Yeah, you had to set the dollar amount on it, the counter and the date. Yep. Uh-huh. Yeah, it was a lot of effort. It would slow up a line of traffic when you're trying to got cars coming in to get gas, and you only got 2 gas pumps.
See, the ones that I use, you didn't have to do the counter. You just put the card underneath it, and you went across it. They got a perfect imprint of your card, and then
Yeah.
over the side you have boxes, the amount, da 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 da, and then you signed it.
Oh yeah, now you still had to write in the amount too, even though after you put the wheel number in, you still had to fill in the amount, how many gallons. And like I said, they'd have to sign it, and yeah, you
And
give
that was high tech at the time.
it was, it really was. And then you give them the top copy, and you kept the bottom with the carbon, and you tear the carbon off, throw it in the trash.
I
Yeah,
remember seeing a McDonald's or a commercial or something. It was about the first card ever used at a McDonald's, and it was a big deal. It's like, wow.
Yeah. Nowadays, you just can tap your card on the screen. And,
well, nowadays you actually need a card when you go to McDonald's.
yeah, but it's cool. You don't have to do all that nonsense no more. Or you could take your phone, just put your phone next to it and pay.
Yeah, but if you go feed 5 people at McDonald's, that's $100.
Oh, you better have a credit card.
Yeah, that's just
It was
mind-blowing.
it was $15 for 2 little breakfast sandwiches for me yesterday at Jack in a Box.
Jesus.
Go to Dunkin' Donuts for breakfast. Just get 2 donuts. It costs you $3.
But
2 donuts.
at least I didn't have to use a kiosk. I actually talked to a cashier.
Only $3.
$3 for 2 donuts at Dunkin' Donuts. I do it every morning, and it's really good.
Are they cream filled?
Yes, they are. They're maple frosted vanilla cream.
I'd rather just make 2 sausage patties at the house for 50 cents and leave
I
it.
don't have time for that. I'm
Yeah.
stopping at Dunkin' Donuts. That's cheaper than McDonald's. I was spending $5 a day at McDonald's for a biscuit.
Tim, if you got up 10 minutes early, you cook 2 sausages.
I get up early enough. And I like donuts. Don't you like?
We got so advanced in the technology where you got your debit cards and you tap and go with your cell phones and stuff like that. But what happens if those networks go down and you want to purchase gas or goods or services? It's cash only.
You're in
How
trouble.
many people actually have money in their wallets or
Not
purses?
me.
I got
On
gold.
average, $10.
I got cobwebs in my wallet.
Yeah.
I have no cash.
I stopped at the gas station yesterday.
I look right now. I bet you I ain't got $1.
Danny probably don't carry cash either.
Look at this. Poof.
I never carry cash.
Yeah,
It's
I
up-
always carry cash. I don't use credit card if I don't have to.
Oh, I just use
Went
debit.
to the gas station yesterday to get some gas for the lawnmower.
Mhm.
Cash only.
Wow.
No debit, no credit, cash only because their machines are down. So what happens in an event like that?
California.
You're screwed.
I've never had a credit card, so I only use debit. So
Right, just debit, right?
And see, that's even worse because that comes directly out of your account.
Right. Yeah.
Debit's a lot better than credit because at least if you're following how much is in your account, you know how much to spend. Credit, you just spend whatever your limit is, and then you're in debt.
Right. It's a little easier to keep track.
That's how you get a credit score there, big boy.
That's why I pay cash.
that's why
Which
my
is the
credit
biggest-
score sucks because I just
Yeah,
pay
which is the
cash.
biggest scam.
I pay cash. Cash is king. Screw credit. I'll be honest with you. But yeah, it is needed to buy a house and a car and stuff like that. Yada yada yada.
Everything, yeah. Gotta have good credit to rent a nice apartment.
Back in the day, the cars were $4,000 and $5,000 a piece. Now they're 27 and 30 and 40,000. I'm like, heck,
50,
now you
60,
got to have a
70,
credit score.
80, 90.
And they're crap.
Yeah.
They're freaking crap.
Times have changed, boys.
Yeah, they made stuff crappier and they charge you more for it now.
Just saying. You think back to when we was young, things were different.
Yeah, Ray just made a purchase of a backhoe. He paid part in with gold and then another $1,000 cash.
That's smart bartering there.
Oh yeah.
That's the way to do it, Ray.
Yep.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Why not?
How many ounces, Ray?
Don't matter. He paid with
I know.
gold.
How many ounces of gold there, Ray?
And maybe it was all gold he found. So see that
what's a good backhoe going for these days?
But if he found it with all gold he found, think how sweet that is, Scott. All right.
Oh yeah, that would be the
gold for a while and gold's up over $2,000 an ounce. Heck yeah, that's a smart move.
It is. Yes. Genius. And now he's got a backhoe. See? Smart move, Ray. Very smart.
See what he's going to dig with it.
Ed says safer to use a credit card than a debit card.
Yes.
Hacking, etc. I'd have to disagree. He continues on. Banks won't help a bit of a fraudulent charges on a debit card where a credit card company will. So I can't speak on banks, and I've never owned a credit card, but I had a fraudulent charge on my debit card. I walked into my credit union, not bank, credit union. Yep. I had a new card before I left, and the money was back in my account before I got home.
My bank protects me against fraudulent charges on my debit card. Yeah. And so does my credit card. So either way, they're both good. But I think one's as easy to hack as the other one, truthfully.
Oh, like our credit card, if there's something even a little bit out of whack, like if I did something in the morning, got gas, say here in Arizona, and all of a sudden 3 hours later in Minnesota, there's a freaking charge that comes up. There goes a freaking flashball. Poof.
I'll tell you what sucks. It's about getting gas in these gas stations the way they sometimes do you. I stop and get gas every morning. And stopped the other day. One gas station was $3.75. Across the street, it was $3.03. Over there, it was $3.03. I'm like, well, of course, I'm going to go get it where it's $3.03. That's 70-some cents a gallon. So I get $18 worth of gas. I get to work. I get a text that says, okay, you charged $126 at Pilot. I'm like, no, I didn't. I charged $18. Well, I call my bank and they're like, oh, they do this all the time. They put a hold of like $126 on your account until they get their $18. And I'm like, what? How is that even right? I could see they put a hold of $18 on your account until they get their $18, but they put a hold of $126. So I'm like, okay, I won't do that again. So I went to the other station that charged $3.03, and they did the same dang thing. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'm going to keep going to the station that's $3.75 because they don't do that. And it's like, I just don't know how they could do that and get away with this.
There's some bars here in town that you go to that you'll get like maybe 6 beers, 3 or 4 beers between 2 people, and you pay for it. They automatically take $50 until their money comes in, and then they reimburse you back. And I'm like, that's just some screwed up crap I ever seen.
Right. You know?
Number one, we shouldn't allow it.
Right.
You know,
the bank let the transaction go through if you don't have the money.
Yeah, but it messes your books up.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, $126. So yeah, I called them and it's all good, but it's just the point that they could do that for $20 worth of gas.
Apple iTunes did it for a while where once you signed up, you had an iTunes account and you connected your bank card or credit card, they would actually charge $1 to make sure the card is active and good, and they would refund that money back to you. But they changed their regulations on that because they kind of people were complaining.
Pissed a lot of people off.
Yeah, the nice way to say it.
That is a nice way to say it.
I could imagine.
Yeah, that's just not cool in my opinion. But
No.
Use credit or debit. I'm like, well, that's kind of okey mokey. Just that. It's a little crazy. Times we live in, boys.
I like the tap.
You like the tap? I've never used the tap.
I love the tap.
Do you use the tap too?
Yep.
You guys just tappy. Tap, tap, tap through. Give it a little tappy.
Tap and you're done.
Tap.
And
none of that sliding it 20 times to get it to work or waiting for the chip to read. Just tap it.
Tap it. Just give it a little tappy. All right. I'm gonna have to try it. I'm gonna have to tap it in.
Yeah.
I tried the tapping thing and it kept giving me errors.
Oh,
it just depends on how far you have that card and all that.
Yeah. I don't like the tap thing.
See?
Like they've got reports already of you go self-checkout in Walmart. The guy takes out his card and he's getting ready to pay for it. And the machine's already read the card that's still in your wallet.
Huh?
I don't like that.
I don't like that either. I don't go there, so I guess I don't have to worry about it. But it's just still not cool.
Nope.
Yeah, but could you imagine walking behind?
Yeah.
Can you imagine walking behind somebody to get to the next register and all of a sudden your card pays for their groceries? Yeah, I wouldn't think that was cool. You wouldn't know about it till you got home. Right. Like, well, there's 2 charges from Walmart. Well, I only checked out once. What do you mean there's 2 charges? Well, one's for $156 and one's for $20. Well, I'm the 20, but we're the 160. Yeah, she got a free basket of groceries.
Crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how much truth there is to that because I've never had any issues with that. It doesn't read it until I'm within like an inch of the thing. So
right. Strange. You just gotta watch. Just saying, just got to watch. And your bank accounts, boys. All I could say.
Some of those stories could be just
right
scammers. They're like, oh,
sure,
I didn't charge that, and I want my money back.
Right.
I seen this. This was on the news like a year and a half ago, 2 years. They were talking about it. Be careful when you're in Walmart by the checkouts and all that stuff because this has happened. But you never know.
Not aware of that one. Interesting. Well, I don't know. On that note,
of course, you know what they say: Biden had the most votes from anybody in the world, or everybody. So yeah, anything can happen.
Anything possible.
Well, real quick, don't forget Flash in Your Pan on Tuesday Night Hangout Live.
That's right.
Coming up this Tuesday, he will have Yeti Mountain Trading, Chris. Be sure to check that out at 8:30. Yep, on his channel, Flash in Your Pan.
Yeti. He got a? Is his insignia got like a Bigfoot on it?
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen Yeti.
Yeah, like Yeti would probably have a big foot. Yep. Yeti. Yep. Sounds right.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the one. All right. So let's go ahead and shut her down. And don't forget to come and join us Sunday. We'll be here. Have a great week, guys. Stay safe.
Good night, gold diggers.
Bye, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Be sure to tune in next Sunday at 7:30 for another great show. For updates and more info, please go to www